Hi, I'm Mike Kelley. I'm standing next to my 1929 Model A closed cab pickup. I've had this since I was 14 years old. My dad purchased it from a guy that worked for my grandfather, and I actually learned to drive in this. On weekends, my dad would take me through some of the hills between Selah and Yakima, and I would get to drive this. It's a 28 Roadster. I've only had this thing about 10 years. A very good friend of mine restored this about 40 years ago. And we had a club member that bought it and drove it a little bit, but for whatever reason decided to get rid of it and told me that he wanted it for sale, wanted to sell it, and gave me a price that I couldn't pass up. So, and it's a really good car in the fact that it's also got a Model B. It's got my friend put a S10 5-speed transmission, so it's easy to drive. It's got hydraulic brakes. It's got modern steering box. It's got modern electronic ignition. So it's really easy to drive. Just about anybody that knows how to use a stick shift could get it and drive it. It's very simple. You don't have to double clutch. It's very easy to drive. I think one of the things is people have a misconception over the roadability, the maintainability of a Model A. People kind of liken it to the Model T. The Model T is much more fragile, doesn't have the roadability. A Model A was designed to drive at 50 miles an hour. In fact, they actually tested it at much faster than that. They can drive at 50 miles an hour all day long and are very, very roadability. I've driven all over. I've driven to Calgary 3 times. I've gone to Reno 3 times. I've gone to all parts of California numerous times, all over the state of Washington. I actually, when I first moved to Western Washington from Eastern Washington, I would quite often go back over to Eastern Washington for a weekend. It wasn't unusual for me to leave Friday night, go over to Eastern Washington, come back Sunday when I was working. They're very, very dependable. You don't have trouble with them. This is a 1929 standard coupe. I purchased this in 1976 and restored it in 1978 and went to a national Model A convention in Reno in 1980. I've got probably 100,000 miles on this car. So it has an overdrive, as does my pickup. So it's a little more, roadworthy. You can travel, quite nicely at 50-55 miles an hour. So it's a real good runner. This was a total ground up restoration. This is back when you could actually chemically dip bodies. This South Park, I actually had this thing chemically, the whole car was chemically dipped. And patch panel, I had to put patch panels in here. All new wood, all new top, all new chrome. So it was a ground up restoration, and it's got a Model B engine in it, so it's got a little bit more horsepower than the Model A, but not, I mean, it's still a Model A type. So this is 29, either 28 or 29, they're the same Speedster. From here forward, it's pretty much Model A from the cowl forward. Back here, it's called a Boattail for obvious reasons. And this is fiberglass. This is all fiberglass. And then you transition here. So it's, you know, it's pretty basic. I don't know what it weighs. It's pretty light. It's got an engine that's been rebuilt, high compression head. I have an overdrive in it. Really, I haven't had this on the road yet. Just restored it. Should be a lot of fun. You know, I guess I've always kind of wanted one, and I mocked it up with cardboard and just started getting pieces here and there. I've been messing around with this thing for probably 2.5 years. You know, my first car was the Model A, and I was 16 years old when I pulled the engine out and replaced it. And I just kind of, I've always enjoyed cars, whether it's Model A or other cars. And I raced for a while, so I got involved in cars, building cars.